Yo, what's going on, Arrowhead Militia? I smell the devil's lettuce. Ooh, that's not from me. No, I'm kidding. I actually don't. I don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. But yeah, no, as you guys can tell, I'm walking around at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Simply because, as a lot of you guys know, when I go for walks, especially super late at night, it's because I'm up here too much, and I'm trying to get out of being up there. And actually dawned on me while I was walking around tonight that it's June, and for all of you guys know, of course, it's mental health awareness month for, of course, guys. And I don't want to necessarily say that it's just for guys. It's a month to bring awareness to mental health, because it doesn't just affect guys, it affects women as well. And I know I'm going to get the comments of going, oh, it's June, it's Pride Month. I don't give a shit about your Pride Month. Like, I'm going to be very open and very, very honest about it. Coming from somebody that identifies as bisexual, I don't give a fuck about your Pride Month. What I give a fuck about is mental health awareness, because that's what kills people. And I know, people in the LGBTQ, they, turn their own hand against themselves. But guess what? It's not because they're bi or LGBTQ. It's because they have mental issues that they can't get over, because they are not accepted, so forth and so on. It just circles right back to mental health. And so, yeah, no, it was just something where I was walking and I'm just like, fuck, I don't have a video going over, mental health. I'm not doing my part, even as a small creator, to, talk about that. And so, as I'm walking, because I'm clearing my head, because I personally have my own issues that I'm dealing with, I might as well talk to you guys about it. Just simply because a lot of you guys know me only through this little screen that you might be on, the big flat screen TV. You only know me through a screen. Of course, those on Discord, they know me a lot better. They will know that I struggle severely with mental health. Just simply, one, because of that, which I can't really show off because it's nighttime and it's a black tattoo. But I've had I'll say it. Hell, if I get in trouble because I'm speaking up about this, making it clear, YouTube, strike me at my knees, because I'm gonna talk about this and I'm gonna talk openly about what's going on, because I'm trying to bring awareness to it. So if you don't like it, sorry, but just kind of strike me down for this video. I don't care. Not like the videos get views, so it is what it is. I'll speak about it because I have no ties, really. But no, I've got suicide in my life. My aunt committed back in 2007, if I'm not mistaken. I actually have it legitimately tattooed on my arm. It's just a really good reminder that, people really close to you may be struggling through some really deep shit, and they don't say anything. They won't say shit, especially guys, because there's been an ongoing thing throughout the generations that guys shouldn't show emotion, which to me is fucking bullshit. Like, There ain't no way around it. That is fucking bullshit. Just like women, just like kids, guys should be able to show emotion. And I am very much one to show emotion on my sleeve. If I don't like what's going on, people know very quick. I don't like what's going on. Of course, I have a memorial of my aunt on my fucking arm. It's a reminder that, yeah, people go through shit. Like, these people driving by me right now, more than likely going through some shit. Like, it's just life when it comes to a lot of people is figuring life out. So, sheriff over there. But, no, it's just, we gotta talk about this shit. So, I'll do my part. I'll talk about my fucking bullshit that I've got going on upstairs in my mind. So, sit back. I'm not sure how long this is going to last. I don't know exactly how in detail I'm going to go with a lot of shit, but just no trigger warning. I am going to get into touchy-feely type of deals. So if you are sensitive of the touchy-feely type of shit, then you may as well click off now, because it starts there. So, alright, for you guys that stayed, welcome to Operator Arrow After Dark. Uncensored, very raw, no editing for this video, of course. It's on my phone. You guys will have to tell me what you guys think about that, because I don't necessarily feel like editing this kind of stuff, simply because I don't know exactly how it would really work with my outro being at 1080. So you guys tell me what you guys think about these super raw, just life videos that I've been doing kind of every other day, or at least it feels like it. I haven't been, but it kind of feels like it. But anyway, so I'm gonna get straight into it. Like I said, all y'all motherfuckers that are sensitive to it, I gave you guys a warning to click off. You didn't, so here you are. So, at a very, very young age, probably when I was 4, 5, really not sure. I'd have to get that kind of detail from my parents. I just realized my hat's kind of being wonky, but I was molested by my stepbrother, my dad's son. Not gonna name names, just simply because it's not my fucking position to name names. I know there's a God and creator above me that will take names when they go. So it's not my job to be, spilling those names when it's probably a good 20 years past since then. I've grown the fuck up, My brother realized what he did because we got law enforcement and all that shit involved. So, just kind of is what it is. But, yeah, so I was molested when I was a kid. Really fucked me up mentally, of course. Anybody that has gone through that kind of shit will understand that it really fucks you up mentally. But yeah, and I almost died. Don't remember if this was before all the touchy-feely shit or after. But yeah, for you guys that do not know, I had Kawasaki disease, which, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be, you guys will have to look this up on your own. Just Google it, Kawasaki disease, spelled the exact same way as Kawasaki motorcycles, same fucking shit. But yeah, no, if I'm not mistaken, it's inflammation around your heart. And if not treated, it's lethal. And I had it when I was super, super, super young. I'm pretty sure I was still, just barely starting to walk. And then I got it, and then I stopped walking. So I was super young. And yeah, fucking I almost died because of it. So I am very blessed to still be walking and being able to make these kind of this kind of content and shit, but I almost didn't. So yeah, basically I'm sorry, I'm swapping my hands a ton today, I've realized. Power of ADHD right there. I don't like being over here, but at the same time, I don't fucking like being anywhere. I just need chest rig. I put you guys right here. Wouldn't that be a treat, eh? But yeah, so after all that bullshit got all finalized and all dealt with and all that shit, it was 2009. Let me get my dates right. So I was like 9, 10 when my aunt killed herself. And I'll go into detail. YouTube, sorry in advance, but I want to bring this to light. I want y'all to understand, especially those that are going through this shit, because you just lost somebody or you have lost somebody. You're not fucking alone. First of all, I've gone through it. I know other people have gone through it. Like, fuck, my family all went through it with me. You can pull through this shit, but yeah, so back to the story. My aunt shot herself. And at this point in time, I was so young and I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. We went to her funeral, and for some odd reason, it was an open casket funeral. So we had a viewing and all that shit. And from the stories that I was told from, of course, my parents, because I was super young, all trauma. I've basically blocked out a lot of my childhood, besides, of course, stories that have been retold to me year after year. Just kind of what it is. So a lot of my childhood, and even into my early, well, not even into just my early teenage years, a good bit of my childhood and teenage years are super, super blurry. So just kind of what it is. But yeah, no, I went up to her casket and I said something along the lines of, "I'll see you later." Which, again, I could be misinterpreting. I could have said something else, but I wouldn't leave the casket. And yeah, like I said something super cryptic that even today my parents don't know what the fuck I meant. And even today, I don't even know what the fuck I meant. But yeah, no, it's shit. It really is. And so, I mean, a lot of that has really fucked with me mentally. And I know a lot of you guys are going through shit just like this. And of course, all of my life ain't been super, super dark. In school and shit, I was severely bullied all the way through elementary school, or I think it's called primary over across the sea, for those that are in, well, not the US. I think we're the only people that call it like elementary school and shit. But yeah, throughout schooling, elementary school all the way up to graduating of high school, I was severely bullied. I was bullied because of how I looked, how I acted, because of course, like I said at the beginning of this shit, I'm LGBTQ. Do I go down the way of being like, oh my god, I'm so gay? No. I bet a lot of you guys just clicked off. But no, I'm not super in your face. A lot of people, until I tell them, hey, you know, I'm fucking bi or whatever, they don't half the time expect it. Because, like I said, I'm not super in your fucking face about my sexual orientation. And honestly, it's the way a lot of people should be. Like, people need to realize that a lot of us do not give a fuck about you. Like, I'll be honest. Like, half the time, when it comes to, like, my actual friends going on about shit that's going on, it's like, I'm sitting there like, why the fuck should I care? And then, of course, I start listening to about what's going on. Then I feel sympathy very easily. And so I start actually giving a fuck and trying to help them through what the fuck's going on. So, catch-22. But, no, it's just like, life ain't fair. And it's really not fair to those people that have mental health issues. Simply because half the time, when you say something about it to somebody, they just blow it off and it's like, oh, everybody has their own issues. But at the end of the day, it's kind of a scale. Because some people may not have too many mental issues, or it's shit that really could be, diagnosed and, treated by a therapist. And then there's me, where my trauma is very, very deeply rooted, where I was in therapy for multiple fucking years to really no extent of helping. Like, even today, when I'm around people that I don't know very well, especially other guys, I tend to be very, very closed off. I do not open myself up to them. I try not to introduce myself. So it basically comes down to my friends or the people I'm with to introduce me to other people, because I don't like people. It is very, very apparent, if you've ever talked with me, that I don't like people at all. And it's not just a race. Still, I'm not out here calling people the N-words and all that shit. Even though, realistically, nowadays, apparently I can, because apparently gingers are fucking black. Like, y'all hear about that shit? If you did, leave a comment below, because I'm still not sure if that was a fucking a fever dream or not. But yeah, no, it's like I'm equally hateful towards the black, the Asians, the Mexicans, the white, Caucasians, whatever you want to fucking call them. Like, no matter your fucking race, your ethnicity, that's a word that I usually have issues with, so just fucking powered through it. I got there, I think. Again, you guys will have to tell me if I fucking said that right. I'm at the edge of the street, right? Cool. But yeah, I don't give a shit. Like, I'll treat you like royal fucking flaming dog shit until you give me a reason to like you. And a good way to get me to fucking like you is if I'm giving you shit, to give it right back to me. Of course, a lot of you guys will know that I tried to go into the military twice, and I failed both times to get in because for one reason or another I washed out before basic training, which is okay. And at the same time, it's like I kind of wish I did, and at the same time I wish I'd done what I did. And so I'm not displeased with it, and I'm not necessarily like cheering that, oh yeah, I didn't go through with it, because I had opportunities to go with the National Guard. I had my first opportunity to go into the service was with the fucking Marine Corps. So, I mean, it's just what it is. It wasn't right for me at the time, because mentally I wasn't doing well. A lot of people actually do not know this, no detail, and I'm gonna fucking finally opened it up. So if you're part of my family and you're watching this, plug your ears, because this is not a detail you want to hear about me. And a lot of you guys actually probably are not going to look at me the same way afterwards. But when I joined the United States Marine Corps back in 2020, I believe is what it was, I joined as an 0311. For you guys that do not understand MOSs, that is the very, very basic rifleman for the United States Marine Corps. Basically, if we were to have gone to war, I would have been in war. I was going to go overseas with it because of the MOS, more than likely. And yeah, so what a lot of you guys do not know, and it's actually only been told to a very, very close, select few friends, I wasn't planning on coming home if I were to have gone overseas to basic training, or not basic training, but for service. Because like I said, at that time I wasn't doing very hot mentally. It was at the point in time where my mom was going through a lot when it came to her health, and I thought that she was going to end up dying and all that. So I just wasn't in a right state of mind, and I told myself, if I'm overseas and I have the opportunity to get myself killed, I'm going to do it. Because if I were to die, of course, in the line of duty, then I, of course, at that time would be fully insured medically and all that shit, and my parents would have as well, because I was gonna put them on the health insurance and all that shit. I was gonna pay for it. I didn't give a shit. So yeah, no, I was gonna make the ultimate sacrifice for my parents. And honestly, and this is a really morbid way of looking at it, but I'm going to, because that's just kind of where my head goes, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this video. But honestly, if I did get killed in action and the United States Marine Corps were providing aid to my family by way of medical and all that shit, my dad, when he got cancer, would have been in decent hands. But the thing is, we wouldn't have had to pay for any of it, because of my insurance would have covered a lot of his treatments and all that shit for his cancer. So, would it have been nice? Yeah. Would it be worth it? At the end of the day, yeah. Because I'm not here to see the repercussions of the actions I took. Would it be worth it to my family that I basically committed suicide on the battlefield? No. Like, granted, of course, all they would know is that I got killed in action. They wouldn't know that I deliberately went out and got myself killed. So, is it going to make it any better? Absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, I wear a memorial on my arm. I speak of my Aunt Tammy a lot on YouTube, my career throughout 2017 all the way up until now. I talk a lot about my aunt, and it's simply because the last time you say their name will be the last time that they're remembered. I want to remember my aunt. I want to spread her story, and I want to get it recorded, so whenever you guys click on videos like this one, her name is said. Yet again, keeping her and her memory alive. So, basically, guys, I gotta cut my video short here. My phone's actually almost dead. I didn't realize I was super low when I first started this, but I'll wrap this up. TLDR, this bullshit. Suicide isn't worth it. Yes, it may end your pain, but it transfers it on to your family, onto your friends, and what people don't realize, it transfers it onto your pets. Because animals are a lot smarter than a lot of motherfuckers expect. Your dog understands what the fuck happened because they can read it from the body language of those around. So, if you are having a day where you do not mentally feel good, reach out to me. And fuck, if you're here in the US and you reach out to me and you want my goddamn phone number, I'm gonna give it to you guys. If it's something I can make a fucking difference in somebody's life. Because at the end of the day, I've told everybody, or I've told a few people, my left arm is a whole fucking memorial fucking deal. I have one tattoo as of right now, as a memorial of people. I want to keep it that way for as long as I fucking can. For one, tattoos are really fucking expensive. And for two, I don't want to have to come to no more fucking funerals unless it's natural cause that took you out. Because, as I said on the video the other day, I take loss very, very fucking serious. Especially when it comes to people around my Discord. Because when you join my Discord, when you click onto these videos, you instantly become my fucking family. I will do a lot for fucking family. So, just reach out. Join the Discord. Reach out to me on Discord. And if you're really going through the shit and need somebody that you can call, and more than likely I will try to answer, I'll give you my fucking number. Or shit, just fucking text me. I'll get your fucking text and I will answer those goddamn texts. Because at the end of the day, if I'm that last motherfucker that you have an option to reach out to, I want it to be me, because I will answer. That's a fucking promise.